Also, this is officially round 2 on this. Not round 2 on intro, like last time, where it was like, I wasted 4 minutes talking about stuff too long and I didn't like it. No, this was, I just sat here for 10 minutes and was like, this isn't going anywhere, I want to retry. So I'm just wasting entire chunks of my life. Anyway, hey, hi ho, and howdy everyone, my name is Shannon Olshook, and welcome yet again to another, not quite video, or not quite episode, obviously, of Madoka Magica, but a discussion, which sounds goddamn bananas, because we've watched one episode since I've been back, and yet I suddenly have every ounce of my body is screaming to sit down and talk about it. Which is weird, because that usually doesn't happen if it's not about Michiru. So it's really weird. I mean, in its own little way, isn't it about Michiru? It has its role to play. But yeah, so before we get started, I'm gonna try and handle this a little bit better than I just did in my first try about on this. Is super rambly, and in the end, if it gets too rambly again, I'm just gonna have to go with it because I'm a rambly boy. But yeah, so going into this video, a couple things. I basically I wanted to sit down and talk about things a little more thoroughly in general, both about the show, about that episode, and obviously about the bit at the end that makes the episode what it is for so many people, and why my brain has imploded. I watched that episode. I watched that episode not yesterday, but the day before. And when you watch that episode, it's one of those things where I have my reaction. I say my stupid, silly shit in the intro. I say my I love yous and stuff, especially in where we are right now. Watch the video, do the thing, do a reaction, which really bothered me at the time. And while I'm a little better with it now, a couple days later, it still does kind of bother me exactly how I reacted. Because I feel like I let people down in a way, and that's the thing is like it was my honest reaction in the moment, like, and for a lot of people that's exactly what they're looking for. They don't want someone to just fucking do some weird shit, just lie or some shit like that. No one wants that. But it personally really bothered me. I don't know if it's just because I'm more of an emotional person, or just because I always feel like I owe you guys something, or whatever the fuck the case may be. But it was something that really bothered me at the time. Again, I've gotten a little bit better. I've gotten that video has nothing but love and support and stuff. So you guys are fucking beautiful and amazing, and I love you. But yeah, no, so I did that, and then if you watch that video, I then proceeded to kind of slowly unravel over the course of the next 20 minutes. And it's kind of been the weirdest experience I've ever had reacting to something on the channel. Just because of how completely I went from one way to the exact opposite, to freaking the fuck out from a place of pure calm and like, it's all good, I got this yeah, we're good, that's what I'm thinking, we're good, nothing, just got our head bit off, it's fine, to at the end of the night after the video was over, sitting in my chair, just sitting there crying. Like, it's been the weirdest experience. And basically I sat there, and again, this is about 2 days later or whatever. Yes, that's how time works, and math. Sitting through there and just dealing with it and kind of recycling it in my brain. That's not the right word. Playing it through in my brain and just trying to figure out what I'm feeling and thinking about everything. It was really upsetting me that I couldn't talk about it, because I had spent the last of the episode, like all the outro, just sitting there being a fucking maniac, doubting and then doubting my doubting. And then progressively that getting stronger and stronger and beating out the original doubt and just kind of losing it after a while. And I thought it was hilarious in its own way. Like, when it happened in that episode, and I didn't have a big reaction, I'm like, oh, well, hey, I'm sorry if I'm not reacting super big because, you know, I know there has to be more of this or something like that. And I will go more into that. This video is also, I'm basically, you know, I went over the spoilers that I had in episode, or before episode 1, and I did my thing, and, you know, I want to completely go over exactly what I'm thinking all of the way with everything that I have here, because I don't always get super detailed in when I've been spoiled on stuff. I like to make sure people know that I have been, but I don't go crazy detail on stuff, and that's mostly just because, you know, other people watch stuff with me, and I don't, it's rare, but some people do, and I don't want to screw anyone else over if I can help it, which is too late. I talked 24/7 throughout the first couple Monica episodes about, like, I don't know, this shit's gonna get wrong. But, like, I don't know, it's one of those things where, it's one of those things where, sorry, my brain completely, you saw that too. I went and I clicked on something because something was bugging me. I read two words or some shit, and I lost it completely. Anyway, I want to take the time to seriously talk about everything that I'm thinking about and going over, because that's the whole reason I want to sit and do this in the first place, is because I've just been sitting here thinking, and I really want to talk about it, and I don't want to be like kind of a little tiptoey. I just want to talk. My thing here, I do ask, is obviously, and everyone's been super great with this so far and everything, so thank you. I don't think it's like, well, don't do it again. Just like, you guys have been great, so just keep it up. I'm gonna talk about stuff, and while I'm gonna say things with like utter certainty or I have no fucking idea, don't confirm or deny anything for me. Just let me sit here and wallow in my madness. But I want to make sure you guys know what's going on in my head. That's the biggest thing. So I am going to talk spoilery stuff, the spoilery stuff that's relevant in any way, shape, or form that I do know, context from outside of the show and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna talk. I don't know, I probably won't have too much to say about the show in particular, but I will have some stuff to say about Mami. Because she turned into a fucking enigma for me all of a sudden. That was real weird. Like, it was... Okay, going into the show, obviously, if you watch the early stuff, you know that I was kind of predicting Mami was going to be, like, my favorite, or at least very possibly going to be my favorite, obviously. If for no other reason than the Kaori Mizuhashi connection, because she's fucking amazing and I love her to death. And again, voices, I say again, that's probably the fucking old video. She voices my favorite character of all time. She's perfection. So yeah, I went in kind of feeling that. You know, it's crazy looking back on it too, because I've heard a lot of people over time go like, oh, I think it's gotta be Mami, huh? To which my brain always goes, what, is she a piece of just a total douchebag or some shit? Like I don't know why that's so weird. Suddenly now I think maybe there's another reason they might have been saying it. Like, it's crazy. Like, so much of this has been after I watched that and finished recording, has been me sitting here going, no, but fuck, this makes more sense now, doesn't it? And, like, that was one of the things, is people kind of always have a thing. And again, I always took it as someone kind of hating on her, like she's a fucking a shithead or something. Which happens sometimes, man. Hey, it is what it is. I might still love her. But, like, that was always my big fear. But that I hadn't considered. And, like, again, I obviously, I opened the series with, hey, I know Mami dies, and that was the one that pissed me off the most, because like this is the character I'm probably looking forward to maybe being my favorite, so knowing she's gonna die at some point really upsets the shit out of me. That being said, episode 3 was not what I was expecting. Like, I'd been told for a good fucking minute now, episode 3 was kind of where it starts, where things, Madoka becomes Madoka, what it is. Not her. I mean, maybe her, like, internally, but, But, like, where the show really shows its true colors, if nothing else. And again, I've always known those true colors, so that in itself isn't too much of a crazy thing for me. So I always thought it was really hilarious, too, that, like, I stopped at episode 2, the episode before the one everyone wants me to get to, I'm sure. Yeah, I guess I was right on that one too. I'm so glad I did take the break when I did, though. Fucking hell, I'd been so fucked up. Because like I'm responding to it really problematically now. If it had happened then, or if it had happened when I had just started, things back up with like Uralai and stuff, and I can't remember, was that just before or just after, but right around when I had just gotten my depression spout and my fucking panic attack earlier this year. That was a thing y'all missed, by the way. That was horrible. But anyway, like I don't know. I am really glad I took the break when I did, because that would have been really bad. So I kind of went in a little bit thinking, not guaranteed, but thinking there was a good possibility that Mami was going to be, kind of my favorite. Despite again, those kind of oh my's before starting and such. But obviously I hadn't had enough time to commit to anything like that, really. I think I made a joke even earlier on in the episode, some about I can't remember if it was after or before, but it made a joke about Mami being best girl, but like I enjoyed her enough for the time that I had. Obviously, I had my fun with her being voiced by Kaori in the sub episode that we did, and she was fine. She was nothing special, really. I don't know. She was cute. She, again, kind of an asshole, but again, Homer seems kind of like an asshole too. I'm sure there's understandable reasons for all of it, to an extent. Maybe they're just kind of dicks. But like, hey, they're, like, there was things, but they're cool. Like I had nothing against Mami. I didn't have a ton for her, but I had nothing against her. So I think that also kind of factored in at the moment. I must think it really feels, looking back on it now, looking back on that moment when it happens, and I just kind of I don't think I've ever really would say that I've ever taken a character for granted. But weirdly enough, in that moment, I think I would say that. Because in that moment, like, I knew she was going to go at some point, but never in my mind was it like, oh, that makes sense, there. And it's something I do want to say is, too, is I totally get the, sudden random act of fuck, for lack of a better term, that just happened, what the shit. Like, I get that. I've talked about it a metric assload in other stuff, not to point out names for the sake of spoilers, more than I already fucking do. But there are shows out there where a lot of people will sometimes take big offense to the loss of a character or something if it doesn't feel right enough for them. If it feels, random, or it feels, sometimes I hear people say wasted and stuff like that, and it's always really bothered me. And I think the reason it bothers me so much is because that's how death actually works. It's never fucking the right time, man. No one's ever like, today is good. Come at me, world. Like, I've lost plenty of people over my, I've been pretty, like, it's not like I'm an old motherfucker. I'm 23, right? Am I 23? Yes, I'm 23. Like, I've not had a crazy long life, and yet the amount of people just randomly lost like that, just unfair. It's like, it's something I've always appreciated in art when it shows up like that, because it's very real, and those feelings. You know what it feels like to lose someone. It's like, that's not right. It's not their time. And I remember when the episode came, I say I remember, like, dude, what, a fucking hour ago? But like, that episode coming up and seeing some comments talking about that kind of that it's that unfair, wrong feel, but death is never going to feel right. And I think when creators and writers and stuff, they take advantage is not the right word. When they properly illustrate that, it's something I really appreciate. I hate it because it's a character dying. You never want that. But like, it's something that's never bothered me in a way like, this is wrong, as in it shouldn't be that way, as in it shouldn't exist, but it's wrong as in like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. That's fucked up. That is wrong. Not like writing wise. This is why I have such a problem with the wasted thing. Because a lot of people use it as like a fucking like, I can't believe they fucking did this. I'm like, yeah, I can't believe my uncle died. He did, though. And that sucked. I can't believe those 2 kids I went to fucking school with committed suicide. But they did. And that really sucks. Because they were pretty cool. I didn't know them a lot, but they did. And they're not here anymore. It fucking sucks. I'd argue they're wasted too. But you know what? It happens. And it shouldn't be wrong for a piece of art to illustrate that very real, sucky, shitty fact. Life sucks sometimes. And more so when you're a magical girl. Anyway, the point I kind of want to get here was, like, I appreciate that, and I don't have a problem with that, and I think that's good art. But losing her in the moment, I didn't feel much of anything. Again, partially because I didn't have a crazy big connection to her, and partially because, I had my reasons to be like, this isn't a fucking, who gives a shit? This is fine. It's come back. It's like, I get it. It doesn't ruin it for me, but I get it. It's fine. This is weird. This can't be happening. That's probably denial. Shit like that. The entire last episode. So I had my reasons. But after I finished recording and sat there for a minute, again, I just kept sitting there and thinking more. Hi, Neptune. Wallpaper change. Anyway, I just sat there thinking, and that doubt in my mind kept growing more and more and more, and it just kept going to the point of, okay, fuck. Maybe, man. Maybe that is it. Fuck. Which would really suck, because I was super looking forward to seeing a ton of her, and I was starting to like her a lot, and that the little bit where she's super fucking happy and like crying and like, I finally have found a friend, so like I'm not alone anymore, and then then that is what we in the business refer to as a dick move. Fucking hell. But like, it as it set in more and more, and again, I will say here and now, I am 99.999% sure that there is more Mami in this show. Again, I'm not asking to confirm nor deny. I'm not saying I want to be proven wrong by the show. I do want to be proven wrong by the show, if that makes sense. Or proven very right. Preferably right, because I would like to see more Mami, because she is a cute, sweet bean. And again, she's dope, man. Point is, I honestly believe it, and I'll go into why, because I talked about it a little bit, and I want to go in a little bit more, because I want to, again, you to know exactly what I'm thinking. Exactly why I'm thinking what I'm thinking. I want you to be in the same headspace as me. Like, you know, when it did happen, even having that, both then, it's weird. Like, earlier on, I didn't feel it as much, despite feeling very confident. And then I started getting a lot worse, and I lost my confidence, and I kept feeling it more and more and more and more. But even being as confident as I am now, in like, yeah, I'm standing firm that I would place a bet that she comes back in some manner. Again, because of outside context. I was still completely affected by it. And it's funny, because in that moment when it happens, a little bit after, I obviously give my apology, and then I go, hey, this, like, it still bothers me. I'm not the kind of person who isn't bothered by it. All the while, I'm acting not bothered by it. And it's not acting, but I'm not showing being bothered by it, because in the moment, I'm not. So I'm lying to you in that. Like, I'm not lying to you in a way of like, yeah, no, I'm lying. This is totally not how it works. But in that moment, that wasn't how it was working. I didn't feel really anything. Like, I was bothered by it visually and like the concept, but the Mami thing, her dying, didn't really bother me in the moment. So a little bit after that, I began to be like, fuck, maybe I am like that. Maybe it did get ruined for me in that sense because of the context and the spoilery stuff. And I like, maybe I am not bothered by it. And then, of course, an hour later, I was fucking crying my eyes out. To which my response was, oh, never mind, I was right. It just took a minute this time. Again, this is the weirdest experience I've ever had with a show. Because that's never happened before. I've never had that delayed reaction. I've come close. The only other time I've had a delayed reaction, it was different circumstances, but it was that same sort of, this is unfair, this is not right, what? And it's from the show that I always hear it from. It's like, this was wasted, and this character who I lost was very much like that as well. And we were like, this is wasted. I'm like, no. Oh, I mean, yes, but no. But what? But yeah, anyway, in that moment, I lost that character, and I felt nothing. It's the weirdest experience, because I've never had that with anyone else but her, and now Mami. But losing that character, and again, I didn't have any weird context for that one. It was just pure denial. Like, that didn't just happen. Please tell me that didn't just happen. But yeah, I just sat there stone-faced. I didn't feel anything in the moment. It was the weirdest thing I've ever had. And then later on, it wasn't until a character later on says, yeah, they're fucking gone. They didn't say fucking. But they did say they're gone, and that was when I fucking collapsed. I don't know. It was again, it was that denial for so long until the doubt just built to the point where, like, no, you kind of have to admit that just happened. And again, that is one thing I definitely want to make sure that I'm getting across is, like I was saying there, is it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Me going, I'm very confident she comes back, doesn't mean she didn't fucking die. It doesn't mean Madoka didn't just get fucking PTSD. It doesn't mean Sayaka didn't just have her fucking heart ripped out. It doesn't mean she didn't just get her fucking head bit off. That still happened. That still happened to those characters. That still happened to me. That still happened to Mami. Like, that still is very much a reality. and that clearly affects them and will probably continue to affect them for a long time. Like, again, similar to that is in that same show, a character came back after being quote unquote dead. And thankfully, most people got it and didn't have a real problem with it. But I did see some people here and there who were like, hey, but this just completely invalidates. And I'm like, no, it fucking doesn't. It's been literal years, and so many events and actions and beliefs have been predicated on that incident. Yes, they're here now, but they were gone. And that fucked some people up. It fucked us up as an audience, and it fucked those characters up, and it changed who they are, and it made them do things, and it made them believe things, and it made them fear things, and it made them fight for things. Like, that stuff still happens. So even though I do stand in my confidence, it doesn't stop that. That was with that, like, hey, it still affects me. Yeah, it does. It still hits me. It's still real. It's still important. It just took a minute, obviously. There was a thing I had brought that specific angle up for some reason, and I don't remember what it is. This is such a weird video. Thank you for watching it. I'm sorry I'm so rambling all over the place. This is why people take notes. I really should have, actually. It would have been great. I'm so bad at being a smart boy. Major dumb boy. But anyway, so yeah, like, that still happened, even though I am confident that she will be coming back. So, I should probably explain why I'm confident. And I'm also going to explain why I'm super not. I'm more confident than I am not, but the amount of things that built up out of nowhere as I was sitting there thinking, going like, maybe it's real. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's over. Shit. This makes more sense now, doesn't it? Like with the mommy thing, I was assuming people thought she was an asshole. Yeah, maybe they were just being like, oh, she dies really, really early on, bro. That sucks. You're about to be real sad. But like, it's probably what it was too. I was originally gonna use that as like a defense for why I was confident. Like, I've seen people be like talking shit, and I'm like, no, you were seeing that, which totally makes sense in this context too. Anyway. The reasons I'm not as confident. I originally, one of the reasons I was confident and then turned wrong, besides that one, was because I talked about how I had Mommy's death spoiled for me. I knew about that going in. I talked about it a bit and how it pissed me off. It was the reason I made that video, despite the fact I knew about Sayaka. Not Sayaka. No, wrong one. Please don't kill Sayaka. I don't know if she dies. Please don't kill her. She seems nice. Point is, Sakura? Is that it? The chick with the red hair? Who I've yet to even meet yet. So that's great. Thanks, show. And by thanks, show, I mean thanks to fucking people who spoil. God damn it. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were just talking very weirdly. I still technically don't know. I didn't know about how the mommy thing went over there. Remember what I was talking about? But so like that was the reason I had talked about it, because that had just happened. I'm like, fuck me, I should talk about this. That's too much. That's too many things. So anyway, how I had gotten spoiled on that, I don't remember how much detail I went into, but I don't believe I went full detail on it. How I got spoiled on that was one of the most ridiculous dumb shit reasons possible. And you're gonna notice there's a theme with this dumb shit reasoning on me being spoiled on here. For both good and bad. But the reason I knew about Mommy's death is, hi Neptune, you just became relevant. Because Hyperdimension Neptunia, the one show I talk about all the time in here, because the dubcast is basically the fucking same exact goddamn dubcast. Because there's such a goddamn crossover there. In the game, I think it's Rebirth 2, Mark 2. I can't remember. I think it's the second game, because I don't believe she appears in there. But there is a character, one of the maker characters, which is a character based on a fucking company in the games industry, Nissa, or Nisa, I actually don't know how to pronounce it, but is it Nissa or Nisa? Anyway, the flat heroine of justice, if I'm not mistaken, she's great. She's voiced by Kaori Mizuhashi, Mami's VA, which is dope. I love her to death. She's awesome. And I never knew about it until recently, after I'd fallen in love with Michiru. I'd never realized, because I'd never really given a shit about the sub for Hyperdimension Neptunia. I really like the dub, though they make those characters for me. So, anyway, I never really realized that, and I'm like, oh, fuck. She's Nissa, or whatever the fuck. That's awesome, and I'd gotten another game, which she had cameoed in, which was super cool, and I got to go hear that in there, and I'm like, fuck it, she even just sounds like Michiru, which would be weird if she didn't, because it's the same person. But like, yeah, it's fucking cool. I should go look up clips on YouTube to see what I can find about Kaori Mizuhashi voicing Nissa. It's a comedy series. A comedy series with parody in it. With funny, jokey references and bits. And apparently, they thought it was hilarious that she voiced both Mami and that character. Because at some point in that game, it was the most upsetting thing I ever saw. I'm scrolling through the fucking YouTube search and I'm like, oh, Nissa does Mami's death speech or whatever. And I'm like, who's Mami? and so my mind, my brain, my eyes, a part of my head. Someone took mine, apparently. My eyes immediately then go to the description. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. From Madoka Magica. And I just go, oh, that sucks. That's the worst way I could have been spoiled on that, honestly. Me going off and having a good time looking for Kaori Mizuhashi thing. That sucks. I hate everything. I'm gonna go make a video talking about it, so that everyone who's about to watch Madoka with me knows the bullshit. So that's how that happened. I never watched the clip. I never watched the video. And that's part of the reason my doubt comes in. Because it talks about the speech. Which was originally a defense for me. Because I'm like, hey, she has to have a speech before she dies. Clearly. What? Clearly, it hasn't happened yet. So she must die again later. Which is worse, honestly. She comes back and then dies again. Please don't. Do bring her back. And then she can retire and live out her days on a beach sipping some orange juice. It'll be great. We should talk, baby girl. You're adorable. Preferably with the head on. Fuck everyone who made a goddamn head pun, by the way. 5 of you. So far, there's been one person in the comments. I just booped Chibi Neptune. There's been one person in the comments, and there's been like 4 fucking people in the Discord. You're monsters, you're going to hell, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, to be fair, you remember that character I was talking about a minute ago, who was like, she was taken early and it fucked me up, and I was the first time I was like, and didn't feel anything? Yeah, so I make jokes about her all the time. Or him. I watch a lot of shows with girls in it. It's not that weird. Some of them are gonna die eventually. That's horrible. Anyway. Point is, I make those jokes all the time because we laugh so that we do not cry. Anyway, fucking that memes all over the... It was horrendous. Krieg, you in particular, we need to have a big talk because you just went ape shit and it was really bothering me. Anyway, point is, fuck, I had that, and that was that there with the thing with the like the speech or whatever. That was part of my thing, like, hey, that can't be what happens because that didn't happen. And then immediately my brain went, she did just have a whole fucking thing about having friends and not being alone anymore, and it happened approximately 7 seconds before she didn't have a head. And that immediately made me go, fuck, suddenly my confidence has fallen through the fucking floor. So that was how that all went. So now you know some fun information from the past and the future. Present. Time's not my forte. Anyway, so that was one thing. So I'm going to talk about I want to talk about the biggest thing that gives me confidence still right now. And it is the reason I stand here right now and go like, yes, I am confident she's not gone. It does not change what happened. It does not make me any less upset because I don't know when it would happen that she would be back. I don't know. And that is also because I cannot help but look up Kaori Mizuhashi things and be spoiled. And there's two things. One I am not certain of. One I am basically certain of. And that is, I have looked through her, her catalog, everything she's done, like on any list. You can click on her on the thing, and it's like, oh, here's all the roles she's been in. It's how I found her. It's like, hey, she's in Hitamari Sketch, who someone had recommended me to earlier, because fun things are nice, and I would love fun Kaori and stuff. Please, yes, more of that, please. That's how I know she's in Baka and Test, and other things. What else is she in? Yeah, she's Rin's mom in Layback Camp. She's fucking delightful. She's one of my favorite characters, and she's in there for like 7 seconds. Point is, she's great. So anyway, I've looked up her stuff before, and it, obviously with the fucking Nissa thing, but, so I've looked it up there before, and the thing that makes me more confident is because it has her listed as Mami in all of the Madoka stuff. Which makes me go, okay, we're watching the first season, it's the 3rd episode. Why would she be listed in anything else if she wasn't in anything else, if she died in the thirst? Delicious. In the 3rd episode and then never came back. So that is the big thing that makes me go, yeah, I'm pretty confident. It's a shame that I can say I have such confidence, but hey, I want you to know why I think that. And, you know, it sucks if I'm spoiled on that front like that, especially since it's a shitty thing. I cannot help but be spoiled through fucking Kaori. Your Lie in April, the main girl's name is Kaori Miyazono. Kaori Mizuhashi. Guess what happens when you put fucking Kaori Me in anything? It just goes, oh, you mean the one from Your Lie? Let's tell you everything we possibly can. It's the worst, dude. And it's terrible because she's amazing and I love that character. Point is, it's so yeah. I have that to go on. That is the outside context that gives me immense confidence. There was another thing I'm not nearly sure about, but it's because my memory is potatoes. And that is, forever now, people have given me, like multiple people have shown me compilations of Kaori voicing different characters. Like, hey, she voices all these different characters and these different things. And 2 different people have given me the same video. And if I remember correctly, both of those videos have a clip of her in it that I totally super didn't fucking see. That being said, the problem with that becomes my memory's terrible, and 2, I still haven't gotten to sit down and rewatch the first 2 episodes yet, so I can't guarantee that. That being said, I vaguely remember the clip, and it doesn't, like, I swear that I haven't seen that clip in the show yet. So yeah, that's not a guarantee for me. Like, the other thing is like, yeah, either that or she's a fucking Force ghost. which would be neat, but make sure she has a head, because that would be very sad and upsetting and just rude, to be honest. Can you tell I'm still trying to joke to make the pain go away? Point is, yeah, so those are two things that I have. Honestly, those are the two biggest things. Again, I had other stuff more. Again, there was the thing with the quote, the speech or whatever it was that originally spoiled me, and at this point, I can't say that gives me any fucking confidence. But yeah, so that's where I am on all that. So you now know why I think the way I do. Again, please do not confirm anything for me. Please do not deconfirm anything for me. I just kind of want to sit and let it go. I don't know necessarily how it would happen, but again, it's a show about magic. Magic can do some crazy shit depending on what you're watching. One thing I did get told, and I don't consider it a spoiler at all, because it's literally covering what we've already seen. I just couldn't remember because I'm dumb. But like, I obviously asked a bunch of times, like, fuck, have they mentioned anyone like wishing for someone to not be dead again? Is it against the rules? Is like with Genie, what the fuck? You're dead. I haven't watched that in a long time. That was one of the first times I can ever remember as a person watching something where I just completely imploded laughing. I don't know why. It's when he does the fuck, I can't bring people back from the dead. That snapped me into it. It was the fucking meteor from Nichijou, just gone, annihilated, destroyed. There was nothing but laughter. Fun fact. Anyway, this is like the second time I've referenced the genie from Aladdin. I think in Madoka, having started after the break. Anyway, point is, I've been mentioning if we'd done that before because I couldn't remember, and someone, I think it was Krieg as well, who had jumped in and been like, hey, that no one has mentioned that yet, so that gives me a little bit of hope, because if we haven't mentioned it, there's a possibility maybe it's a thing. I still didn't need to sit down and rewatch those first two. I'm so sorry that I haven't yet. I'm garbage. Anyway, so you know where I am in my headspace there. So now, if you permit me for a moment, I'm going to sit here and try to find words to explain why not only did the whole not giving a shit not last at all, but immediately after she died and I stopped recording, I immediately started to completely and utterly fall in love with Mami, and I don't know what it's about. Again, I took her for granted. What the fuck is happening? Okay. So, yeah, legitimately, throughout the course of the night, it just went more and more. Fuck, I like Mami. Oh, she was actually really great. What the fuck? She was here for 20 minutes. She was what? I need more. Who the fuck? She's great. I like her. She's best girl. It was the weirdest fucking... Did I mention this has been the weirdest experience for me? Again, it was a character who I was like, hey, she's probably going to be my favorite, or maybe she just might be my favorite. That would be cool. She's got fucking Kaori playing in as her goddamn ringer for the best girl situation. Hell, to the point where people have been in my Discord going, hey, I wonder who his best girl is. And I think it was Jeff who rolled him, and it was like, if he watches dub, I think it's going to be Sakura or whoever fucking faces the girl with the red hair who I haven't met yet. If you watch his sub, we're fucked. It's Mami. It's great. But yet it was the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. I have really started to like her. And if you know anything about me when it comes to characters, I weirdly have this thing where I will just randomly fall in love with someone and just love them till the end of time. If you've never seen Steins Gate, everyone loves Kurisu. Kurisu's amazing. And while, yes, after having watched all that I have watched so far, I will confirm Kurisu is best girl. She's fucking phenomenal. It literally took me till the end of the series for me to commit to that. because out of nowhere, I completely fell in love with this person who doesn't make any sense for me to love them. Why is Suzuha so goddamn great? I don't know, but I did, I am, and I love her still. I think, again, I have her listed right behind Kurisu on the fucking, on my best girls of all time list. I have to double check because I don't want to be a liar. We've talked about me being a liar too much already. Yeah, no, Mitoru, Ichigo, Nanami, Weiss, Lily, Kurisu, Suzuha, Holo, Rem, Emi, Neptune, Rin, Hanako, Lily, but a different spelling, Inaba, Menma, Ruby, the man's Lawrence, Chisaki, Felicia, the man's Okabe, Yang Thole. Okay, we gotta stop. Anyway, point is, completely fell in love with this character for no fucking reason. I kind of had the same thing happen with Mitoru. I've talked for literal hours of my life. I've probably spent a goddamn literal day of my existence on this earth talking about how I don't really know why I love Mitoru. But here's all the reasons I do. And it's the weirdest. I'm just that kind of person. I just completely fall in love with the character, and I can't always give you a good reason for it. And that has happened with Mami over the past day or two. And if you know anything about me, I talk about it and it just gets worse and worse and worse for no reason. I'm like, hey, she's cool. It's all right. It's pretty good. I love it. Fantastic. Wonderful. Get in my mouth. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't understand why it happens. But it totally fucking did. And it is infuriating that it happened post that. Again, I think that's where that is why I feel I took her for granted. Because, again, I didn't think about that beforehand. And then after it happened, after I just sat there and ruminated on the shit forever, it just grew more and more and more out of, I don't want to say goodbye yet. I want more of her. She's cool. Please, can I have... There has to be. And that's where, again, my stuff comes in. Yeah. I don't know. So it's been an experience because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect any of this. Like, that's the thing is, I expected so much when I started Madoka. I expected to be hurt, depressed. I expected to cry, and I expected, it to be a thing because I knew it all going in that was going to be a thing. I don't know all of the details and specifics. I didn't know how she was going to die. I don't know if she dies twice. I don't know these. I don't know how Sakura dies. But I am 99.999% sure that she does because some jackasses on YouTube were like, oh, I'm so sad she's dead. And I'm like, oh, and you're like this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't seen it yet. So... I've lost my train of thought again. How did I get on there? What was I talking about beforehand? Fuck, I hate it. I'm gonna have to stop here pretty soon, but... Yeah, man. So, long story short, I've completely fallen in love with Mami, and I have no goddamn honest reason why. I completely fucking... now I've forgotten the word that I've said 7 times. I'm gone, dude. My brain was fucking fried the minute... Almost just said the minute she lost her head. Oh, God damn it. Took her for granted. That was the thing. I've done that. Again, I am confident in her not being gone forever. I have obviously my reasons, which I told you guys. And I honestly, again, please don't confirm or deny anything. The show is going to do that on its own. I am very specifically not going to look at her thing, at Kaori's like listing, until I finish the show, because I don't want there to be any chance to just continue building on that confirmation if there's a possibility that, hey, maybe I misremembered something, I saw something wrong. Like with that thing with the clip that I was talking about. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was a clip that totally happened and I just missed it and I just don't remember the scene where she's standing there talking to, I think it was Monica, and it was dark. They had a fucking basketball court. I don't remember what was happening, but I am 90% sure that I haven't seen that. Anyway. I don't know. But yeah, so please don't confirm anything for me. Please don't deny anything for me. I'm going to go on with the assumption that she's going to come back, but that clearly does not stop it from hurting, especially not as I continue to grow to enjoy her more and more, because the more and more I do that, the less and less it fucking matters if she's coming back. It still fucking hurts. Yeah. Again, wanted to kind of share the funny, silly, sad bullshit with how I had gotten spoiled in the first place, because it was such a dumb fucking thing. Like, I love you, Hybrid Dimension Neptunia. You're a great series, but I was played so hard. I was played so hard through my friendship and friendship. Kaori doesn't know who I am, and let's hope we keep it that way, because if she hears the shit I said about the character she plays, I expect her to run in the opposite direction. Seems really cool though. Anyway, point is, yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know if there's anything else I really want to say about the show in general, other than I'm gonna go back, or I'm gonna keep going through it. I'm gonna go back and watch those 2 episodes as soon as I get the opportunity. I'm sorry that I haven't got it yet. That will help iron out if I've seen it yet, so I guess that kind of plays into that whole, like, I guess I'm not gonna go look at the other thing because I don't cover. Fuck me. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway because I want to rewatch those 2 episodes. Fucking A2. I edited this last episode, and because of how it works with the subs that I'm putting in the video, they're the subs. So it's the sub version, which means it's Kaori voicing Mami. So when I'm editing the video and I'm hearing that, it's the most upsetting thing I've ever heard. Except it's not, because it would be the sad stuff that she says is Michiru. Point is, Kaori, stop playing sad shit. I mean, I'm glad you did, because it's my favorite character. But that's not the point. It's not the point. I guess that's another point of this episode, is me just to gush over her, because she's amazing. Anyway. I will never miss the opportunity to fucking talk about how much I love Michiru. Anyway. So yeah, there's all that. I want to make sure you guys knew about that. I want to make sure you guys knew that I've fallen in love with Mami post-head-goningness. It's so upsetting. I believe there's going to be more, though. Hopefully, fun, delightful, fun times, but knowing the show, no. I'm going to keep watching. I don't intend to leave. I don't intend to drop it or anything like that. Again, my biggest fear with the show is because, like, I can handle sad. Like, it really sucks and it really hurts. But if I got through Anahan, I can get through fucking anything. But, you know, it's... I love sad art because I think it's beautiful, or at least it definitely can be. Even in its own sad, fucked up way, it's a beautiful situation in its horridness. Because again, it's, you know, there's some real emotion in there, and it sucked, but it was good. So I'm not doing anything like that. Again, my only problem is with gore and stuff. I just can't handle it. And if there was gonna be gore, that would have been the time to do it. And if they didn't, while that was still horrific and very upsetting, and it's honestly worse in its own way on the heart and shit, Because like the shit you don't see is sometimes so much worse. You know how it is. Unless you're me and want to vomit profusely every time you see gore in anime for some reason. But yeah, so if it didn't happen there, I'm not expecting it to happen anywhere. I can handle a little blood, like if someone gets punched in the fucking head. Please don't punch Madoka in the fucking head, by the way, if we can avoid it. Or Sayaka. Homura too. Again, she's kind of an asshole, but I would still prefer if we didn't punch her in the face. Or eat her head. No more eating heads. Fuck that clown bitch. I've seen so much art of that little motherfucker. 2, the Charlotte or whatever the fuck. And 2, the worst has always been her. It has always been her and that fucking thing together. So I'm all like, oh, maybe she gets a fun friend someday. Fuck you. Speaking of art, okay, I need to talk some shit. Okay, so I was talking about like the memes and shit like that, and again, Krieg posting some just shit that just made me so upset. It's fucking like USB thing with the bastard, the fridge bullshit. Out of here. But so I've looked up art for Madoka, and I don't always like looking up fan art for Madoka, but I got complacent, I guess would be the way of saying it, because I had done it before I had started watching the show, and I was like, hey, I like it, and nothing strikes me as spoilery, at least nothing that I wouldn't have already assumed. Like there's some sad and dark art here, but I already know going in that's what it's gonna be. So far, I don't see anything concerning at all. Yeah, no, like I looked through all kinds of Madoka art, and not once did I be like, well, this is telling me something, or this is spoiling me something. The closest I would argue to that goes down to shit I already know, or might know, or have been hinted at, and maybe implied heavily. Foreshadowed would be the word, I guess, with Homegirl yelling, girls don't get to like girls, or whatever the fuck she says. Because for the longest time before I ever started the show, I was like, is there some of that in here? I think there might be some of that in here. And it's not just because there's a whole lot of fan art of it, which is great, by the way. Keep it up. But yeah, I usually don't assume that because it's a cast of 5 girls. There's going to be a lot of art. Did I say 5? Are there? Mami? Red hair girl? Sayaka? Madoka? I can count. Anyway, point is, you gotta cast that many girls. There's going to be some fucking art of them together. So, you know, that's never been a thing, is because that's always been something I've been assuming, which if so, I'm a fan. Get it, girls. It's great. Now it's gonna get weird because I am gonna say that I'm into it. Point. It's just shitty. It's really good though. Both in a I'm creepy way and just do it, girls. Anyway, point is, so that's always been a thing, but I've also always been like, who the fuck wouldn't be into that? Fucking losers. So that's never bothered me. So if that is a thing, cool. I assumed that. The fan art didn't tell me that. It was assumed. And if it's not, missed opportunity. God damn. Because they're all adorable. Art, yes. So anyway, all of that shit. And again, so full disclosure, I look up Madoka art fairly regularly. Again, because I've grown complacent. Which until this episode, I would say it's fine. I've never been spoiled on anything. So you know the internet's a fucked up place, and you see people and you're like, how the fuck can you draw that? Are you into this? And they're like, oh yeah, some people are into it. And I'm like, it's fucking disgusting. It's horrible. It's what kind of who likes watching horrible, not just like watching like, hey, you like a good story, but it's just watching brutal art of like people dying and shit and just horrible fucked up fetish shit. And I'm like, I hate it. And like, why does this always get shown to me? Why do I have to go out of my way to block that? What the fuck is happening? So anyway, going through Madoka art, I randomly, about 12 times, because it was always there every time I'd load the fucking page, because fuck me, I guess. Anyway, I go through and I randomly get stuck with this fucking, and I hate it. I hate this shit so much. Like, hey, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to do their art, but I think it's fucking disgusting. And when I'm specifically looking for a positive time, like, hey, I want to look at cool art of, Yuri. And also just like generally people being happy. Right now, there's a picture of Monica being happy and smiley on my computer screen as my wallpaper, and that's because I fucking love that. That's a fucking spider. I'm sorry. I was just like, what is on my arm? And now that's on my bed. Or in the giant box full of black things when it's a black spider. Shit. Anyway, that's the first time that's happened. It's like sometimes it'll be like a fucking fly. You're like, I hate that. Why would you do that in the middle of my video? Scared the shit out of me. Like, spiders don't really scare me. I'm not particularly scared of spiders. Like, they can kill me. Certain ones, and that's terrifying. But like spiders in general, I know like 2 people who have insane arachnophobia, and like I just don't have that. I'm like, are you poisonous? Cool, fuck off. So it doesn't bother me. Again, I used to have that with snakes too, and then a snake tried to kill me. So maybe that's the chair, not a spider. Anyway, fucking A. Point is, yeah. Point is, so I'm so sorry for this video. I randomly come across an image, and it's Mami with her head cut off. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Who's into this shit? So I skip past it. And again, I talked about it. I was a second ago. Like, I encountered it like 12 times because it just kept fucking showing up. And I'm like, fuck off, man. What do I have to do to block this? What fucking tag do I need to fucking blacklist so that this shit isn't going to show up? Because I've blacklisted a ton of shit, and that is apparently not on it. So anyway, I do all that, and and I'm literally sitting in the Discord as Krieg is just fucking unloading with these fucking memes and stupid puns and shit. Look at these. You can't look at them, but I look at them, and they're all over this one's funny. But all the other ones are just upset. That one's kind of cute, too. But all the other ones are really upsetting. It's really upsetting. And immediately after all of that, I go, oh. So maybe that is someone's creepy fetish porn. But it's also... it's also just real. Fuck. This is the most upsetting realization I've ever come to. Like, that is the only other thing that I've seen out of the fan art that would stand out to me. Again, there's the Yuri stuff, but again, I don't consider that a thing for me personally. It's been assumed. I honestly don't know. But like, I would be disappointed if you didn't. Point is, yeah, this is the most upsetting realization I came to. Like, oh, that's not just something that some asshole made up. It's the assholes who made this that made it up. Fuck. It was really upsetting. It's been an hour and 5 minutes. Thank you for sticking with me. I imagine a lot of people didn't. Again, I don't even think there was too much of actual value and importance here to get out of this, but I've been sitting here for like 2 days, just boiling, trying to I want to talk about the situation because this is a character I've really grown to like for some reason, and that really sucked. And I want you guys to know what I'm thinking and what I'm expecting, and I want anything that I've been spoiled on to be 100% with you guys, because I don't always do that. And while I always want to make sure you guys know if I've been spoiled on stuff, I don't like to go into crazy big detail because because sometimes I worry that someone's watching along with me or whatever the fucking case may be. Point is, which I also realized, I said it in the episode the whole time, so that went all the way out the window. But yeah, I wanted to talk about it. I guess I wanted to. It's a very good show. It took me one episode. It took me one fucking episode to get back into it, for it to make me go, I apparently need to talk about this for an hour and a half. Because it's been about an hour and a half between the two videos. Fucking hell. Anyway, I hope someone got something out of this. Again, I'm sure it's basically useless, but I wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to talk to you. I really wanted to talk because I was going insane not being able to talk, because I need to be able to talk or I'll go insane. Yeah. Again, as far as spoilers for anything else goes, again, I think she's not gone for good. I mean, she's gone. That happened. Still. Very fucking gone. But I do think she is not gone for realsies forever. I do think there's a chance that she will be coming back in some manner. I don't know. Presumably magic. It would be fucking weird if there wasn't any magic. And she's just like, I'm here again. What happened? I woke up the next day at the hospital, like, they found the clown monster in the fucking, in a dumpster somewhere. And my head, and they cut it open and got my head and just pop it on and just staple that shit on like I was Resident Evil. You just gotta dump some of that juice on it. It works. I need to play Resident Evil 7 again. Point is, fucking A. This has been a very referential fucking video. I swear I don't usually reference shit this much, or if I do, it's literally just me, Drew, so it's ridiculous. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give a little bit of love. Thank you for sticking with me if you did. If you didn't, oh, dear God, I understand. But yeah. So yeah, please don't confirm anything. Please don't deny anything. I'm gonna go along through it. If nothing ever happens, then I'm just gonna be super fucking sad at the end. If something does happen, then holy fucking shit, I can be like, yes, I knew it, and also, more importantly, yes, she's still here! And hopefully not all fucked up by some sort of satanic magics. Oh, that hurt my throat to do. No. Anyway. Thanks, brain. Thanks for immediately going, that hurt my throat to do, and then imagining her getting her fucking head. Okay, I hate so much. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. I don't know when the next episode is gonna be. Someone asked, I think it was Omar? Yeah. That could actually not be your real name. And just your name on YouTube. But Omar is a cool name. I'd be called Omar. It would be very weird, because I do not look like an Omar. Then again, I don't necessarily look like a Shannon either. I just definitely know I don't look like a Wimbleglurp. That's a Martian name. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, I think it was Omar. Point is, we've asked, where, how often these should be coming out. They should be coming out as regularly as everything else. Obviously, it is a crazy time right now, with the death, just trying to get us still, and, again, what I was talking about earlier in the previous episode, which, again, I love you all dearly so much, and I hope you guys are staying safe and taking care of yourselves and your loved ones and your neighbors and your families and everything. So, yeah, live your best life, stay strong, stay beautiful. I really Every last one of you motherfuckers is the most prettiest people on the goddamn planet. Even when you're ugly. It's fucked up. That's why I like to think of myself. I'm ugly, but I'm kind of beautiful. Anyway. I'm not calling anyone. We're gonna stop this. Anyway. I love you. Take care. Stay safe. It's supposed to come out as regularly as everything else. So once or twice a week if I can get it. Currently right now, We Never Learn is finished. Date Alive just finished and got done releasing. Your Lie in April is on episode 17, I think. Not for you guys, but I've recorded up to that. So that gives me a little bit of leeway on that. Nichijou is where we are right now, which I believe is episode 13. So about halfway through Nichijou. A little bit over halfway for Your Lie. Obviously, we're where we are here on Madoka. So those 3 are going to be coming out. Fire Emblem, I still have a bajillion episodes recorded, and just getting them out properly is a bitch. So that's a thing that's coming out, but I don't have to spend a crazy amount of time recording that anytime soon. Grisaya is something that I have not gotten to record the next episode yet, mostly for fear of my emotions, because I cannot recommend that game enough because Michiru, but also, but worth because Michiru. Okay, this is a fine game on its own. Like, it's not my favorite thing, but it does become that when you realize she's in it. Anyway, so that's going. I haven't gotten to do that, so that will be something I need to get to here soon. But yeah, so that's what's coming out. We Never Learn is finished recording up, but I need to release those as well. Episode 7 should actually be out on Patreon today, assuming I get this out when I record it today. Yeah, maybe. I managed to get the last one out yesterday, so maybe. Also, heads up, I was originally gonna put Madoka out on the Patreon schedule thingy-madoo, and I dropped it immediately. Because I wanted to stick to that kind of like, hey, first episode, we do this. And while it's obviously not the first episode, it's episode 3, I decided to do it because it's the first time back in a while. So I just decided to say, hey, fuck it, let's roll with it. So yeah, next episode is going to come out in the 3-day window. If you want to take advantage of that, Patreon is always there. You absolutely fucking do not have to. But, you know, you guys are fucking beautiful and amazing. And the option is there if you guys care to. You get like everything 3 days early, except for these very specific things, like a discussion video or the first episode, which is actually the 3rd. I hope really no one gets mad at that, because it made sense in my head. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the way it'll be on from this point on. Oh, and the only other thing is, there will be another show. Obviously, I talked about it earlier, but Steins Gate Zero, Psychono Season 2, and Bloom Into You are all going to be starting up here eventually. I think, though, what I want to do is I want to burn through either Your Lie in April or Nichijou or this. Just get through it before I start anything new. Which means I want to do it by the 17th. Because if you're paying attention to news, Pokemon comes back on the 17th. Yeah, so Isle of Armor comes out on the 17th of June. So I'm going to do everything that I can to hopefully get one of these, even if I don't get them all out, get them all recorded up to that point so that I can just jump into that without having to freak out, because we're going back to Galar and I will fight someone if someone tries to like, where's Madoka? And I'm like, fuck you, I gotta go get some Pokemon. I'll probably be like, but I want to play Pokemon. Same shit though. Anyway, I'm sure I'm completely desynced at this point. Are the words completely out of my mouth now? Probably. After I let it run for too long, it starts to do that, and we've been recording for an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you for sitting through this. You're a fucking champion. There's more than one of you. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, hope you're excited for all that. Oh, one last thing is, I want to apologize for whatever reason, and it might be, but it's probably with this episode too, because fuck me, I guess. The last episode was weirdly laggy and shit. Obviously, I updated the camera and stuff, so it looks a lot cleaner, but it was really laggy for some reason, and I don't know what the problem was. Like, it keeps kind of jumping a little bit. I'm sure it's been doing it this entire episode, which case, oh, I'm fucking sorry. I hope you were just playing a game and listening to me in the background or something. But yeah, for whatever reason, that was a thing. I don't know what I can do about it, but I'm going to try and see what I can do. Hopefully it's not because of the new setup I have, because if so, I will cry, because I had to do a lot of things to make this work. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Stay safe, take care. Love Madoka, and love Mami, because apparently I'm a big fan. In fact, I'm probably going to go look at some more art after this. I won't go look up anything new, but you better believe I got files saved. Whole folders, bitch. I don't know why, because she totally does not fit my style at all, and yet I'm a fan. Dude, it's the weirdest fucking experience. Thank you for watching. Next time, guys, whenever it happens to be, episode 4. Love you dearly. Take care. For some more. Okay, so I am just gonna jump in here really quickly, because I'm gonna be really mad with myself if I don't. It's just gonna upset me if I don't have everything that's going on in my head down. I mean, that was the whole point of the video, obviously. As you can tell, this is a bit later. I usually record really early, and it was what it is. It's now like 6:46. It's like it's light outside already, as you can see. I don't even have my big light on. I do want to preface this is I'm not mad at the person at all. I don't actually. I want to check the name, because the rest of the comment I really liked, and I'm not mad about this one, because while you will hear me say like 27 times in this, hey, don't confirm or deny anything, video's not out yet, so you can't really hear me say that. And I might have said it in the other one, but I honestly am not particularly upset with someone trying to, for lack of a better word, trying to not get me stuck with a sense of false hope. And because honestly, that is the thing, is someone not telling me or something like that, in the end, I'm going to sit here over and over and over and over again being like, this, yes, maybe, no, I don't know. So yeah, again, I don't hold anything against you. Is it Iron Moon? I don't know if I've ever met you before, but I liked a lot of your comment. Thank you. Yeah, the ticket thing, someone, Creek showed me that too earlier. It was one of the shitty meme things. I was like, that's fucking awful. But anyway, in their comment, they had basically said, yeah, no, you should probably not spend a ton of time obsessing over that. And again, I'm not upset. I'm really not. because I didn't get it out in time for someone to do that, and I didn't say it enough in the original video, or at least I don't think I did. I bet you that thing that it's warning me about in OBS right now is why it's laggy and shit. I should look into that. But yeah, again, they basically just said, hey, you know. And like I originally kind of started to skip it when I first saw it, but ended up catching a little bit too much of it. And again, I'm not mad because I don't think anyone means any sort of negative. They don't mean to cause any harm, and I don't even think it's inherently wrong for me to, you know, not be sitting here the entire time going, yeah, no, it's totally gonna happen. Especially since my confidence has been falling faster and faster and faster every second. But the reason I wanted to do this real quickly is because it's like every 5 seconds I get more attached and completely and utterly upset by this. It's the weirdest experience I've ever had with a show, and with a character too. The moment I read that, even there's always the, hey, maybe they're fucking with me. If so, sneaky bitch move. I respect the fuck out of it, but sneaky bitch move. But my stomach dropped like a fucking rock. It's crazy thinking about watching that episode for the first time and seeing that and feeling almost nothing. And at this point, I'm fucking crying, and I just, 23-year-old man, grow the fuck up. And I'm just sitting here crying, and I feel completely sick to my stomach. Like, in that moment, that scene is just, it's fine. And yet now I'm not doing good with it, man. Why do I care so much? Why does that bother me so much? I saw so many, like, possibilities, and there's so much time, and again, I spent so much of this talking about taking it for granted, but every 5 seconds I seem to feel it more and more and more and more. Again, just just a ridiculous pit in my stomach when I read it. Which again, the comment was just basically being, hey, yeah, try not to put too much stock in that. And I don't think that's wrong, because again, I think in the end, the goal is just to be like, hey, try not to freak out about it too much. Don't get your hopes up too much, because you don't want to be disappointed or something like that. And again, I understand and I respect that, and I'm not mad, but yeah, it just hit me so fucking hard, dude. It hit like a ton of fucking like, again, I've cried a little over this, but as soon as I hit that, I just started fucking. Why do I care? Why do I care? It feels like it can't. just wanted to throw this last bit in there because, again, the whole point of the video was to show you where my head's at, and my head went immediately off of a fucking cliff after this. Also, suddenly, holy fuck, as soon as I read that too, like, all of the dumb jokes, which obviously I've been very jokey about in return, which, like, hey, don't do that, you're a bad person. Oh, it just makes me fucking sick to my stomach all of a sudden. Like, again, it just got more and more and more real, and in that moment, reading that, it went from real to just unreal, I guess, but in a different way. Maybe it's a sneaky trick. But even if it's not, at this, even if it is, I don't. I don't think there's any point putting too much stock in it right now. So, go ahead and throw all that shit about my immense confidence out the window. And again, I can't stress this enough. I'm not mad at the comment. I'm honestly not. Because a significant part of me, as much as I've been don't confirm or deny, have been also in the background in my own head just going, but fuck, maybe do, so I'm not freaking out about it the whole time. Anyway, it's like I read that like in the middle of editing and getting ready to export this, so I just decided, hey, since I'm crying and since I feel completely fucking sick to my stomach all of a sudden, because in that moment it just became so much more real and upsetting and horrible and fucking sad and God, that fucking sucks. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna export this and I'm gonna get it out, and hopefully I can get it out today so you guys can watch it. I'll go hug my pillow. That's always a good idea. That's gonna fuck me up though, because that's a Mitru pillow, so it's fucking outside influence. You know, the worst part too is I was like, hey, it's an hour and 15-minute long video, and then I kept accidentally auto-correcting it to like, it's an hour and a half long video. It's an hour and a half long video now, so fuck. Anyway, this is the last thing I gotta do. I have work tonight, so I can't record anything else, so I won't be able to do anything till next week. So if I have weird emotional changes, then you won't hear about them until next week. So, yeah. Thanks for ruining my fucking day, guy. Again, I'm not mad. Please don't anyone else get mad at him. Or her. I actually don't know. But, yeah. I wanted to share that because fucking Christ, that hit me so hard. Because in that moment, it became so unrelentingly real. I still don't know how to rationalize it 100% with, again, my immense confidence with her listing thing. Because I don't actually know, because technically I don't even know how the movies work. I don't. And then there's that scene, but honestly, you could tell, I honestly, until I go rewatch those 2 episodes, I don't know. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Sorry for always looking down all the time, because it's because of where my camera's placed, and I have a tendency to look down. I've noticed I have a weird avoiding eye contact thing, even when there's no eye contact to be made. Being sad is not helping. Anyway, I love you all dearly. Take care, stay safe, live your best, and I'm gonna take a week and hopefully not cry a ton over someone I don't even know why I care so much. Do know that I hate it, though. I really hate that. It's just so much worse. Love you guys.